2013, and those, a new place, a place that is returning to peaceful life. It is under the control of the legitimate government that is currently regulating prices and providing services, government services to the civilians, including schools and healthcare. Everything is done to normalize life for people living there. Those people who have suffered from what has been happening in Syria are now receiving humanitarian aid, and the first country to provide humanitarian aid has been Russia. Russian Center of Reconciliation has provided over 520 tons of humanitarian aid and all kinds of equipment to remove the rubble. Currently, a group of a convoy has been sent with all kinds of humanitarian aid and equipment to help return electricity to the town, and soon 5 more convoys will be sent to the area. I'd like to emphasize that once these convoys arrive in Eastern Ghouta, the materials and the equipment will be handed over to the representatives of the UN in Syria for further use among the people of Syria. This is further help, humanitarian help to the people of Syria. This is actual, real, physical help of the Russian state to the people of Syria. This is compared to what the Western states have been doing by only saying words and doing nothing. Not everyone is satisfied with what has been happening in Syria. There have been allegations stated by the West against the Syrian government, saying that the Syrian government has used chemical weapons against the population of Syria. But up until this point, there has been no evidence presented by the West to lay some basis for the fact that there has been actually a chemical attack. We believe that there has been a provocation in order to provoke the US to make a strike against Syria. There is a video clip filmed in the hospital of the town of Douma, where allegedly people have been brought, people have suffered from the chemical attack. We have been able to find people in this clip, and these people will be telling in details how they were filmed, what they did, and how all of this operation was staged. They're going to show the film, they're going to show the clips, and both people are doctors, medical doctors, and work in the hospital of Douma. All the people brought to the hospital, according to these people, had no traces of suffering from a chemical attack. Once they were giving medical aid, when these people were giving medical aid, some people ran into the building shouting that those who had suffered and those who were receiving medical treatment were in fact poisoned by chemical weapons, and they started using water to try to wash them. Then they left the building. As you can see, these people are showing that they are present in the video. These people do not try to be anonymous. These are not some anonymous statements in the social media or some anonymous statements by some activists. These are actual people who became part of this staging. This video will be provided to you after the briefing. So these are the facts that are used in the modern civil civil societies to show what is happening. These are true facts, not attempts to make allegations against some other countries without facts. I would like to remind you that Russia has warned about the fact that there will be soon attempts to stage a chemical attack. Russia also possesses other evidence that shows that UK is involved in organizing this provocation in eastern Ghouta. We have information that from 3rd to the 6th of April, the so-called white helmets have been attempted. It was attempted to make them show that there has been a provocation. There was information about shelling near Damascus, and the white helmets were supposed to report this, and this was supposed to be a provocation. As you know, specialists from the OPCW will be arriving in Syria shortly. Russian Reconciliation Center is ready to provide for their security and for their work in eastern Ghouta. We hope that the OPCW mission will base its work not on some anonymous evidence, pseudo-evidence, but will actually have an objective investigation to find out the truth. We are convinced that the OPCW position will allow to reduce the tension in the region and to maintain the fragile peace we enjoy in the region currently. Another thing, as we see normal life return to eastern Ghouta, we'd like to draw your attention to the fact that there's an ongoing humanitarian catastrophe in the city of Raqqa, destroyed 5 months ago by the US-led coalition. The WHO has published a report recently saying that people returning to Raqqa are constantly threatened. Their lives are being threatened because of all kinds of explosives still remaining in the city. According to the WHO, over 660 Syrians have been harmed, and over 130 people have died because of that, because of mines and other bombs exploding in the city. And many of the people suffering from this are children. Hospitals do not have enough capacities to show these people. The people of Raqqa do not receive humanitarian aid because there are no organization in the region, and the local authorities are not able to help them. The humanitarian situation in Raqqa is terrible. There are still people, dead bodies laying in the streets, and the city has been completely demolished by the strikes of the US airstrikes. This is why I'd like to remind you that in all the territories freed by the Syrian authorities, schools open anew, social institutions start operating, and housing is being rebuilt for the local population. Thank you for your attention.